Welcome back, folks. Here we are, Cordy Place. It's St. Yellow Blows, which is really hot. I'm Sean Rush. I'm here with Sarah Jane Seddon. We've got the hot hats. We've got the hot people. My son and daughter up there as well. And the hot guy in the hot seat today is about to get a hot hat. Andy Foster, former Mayor Andy Foster, Mayor of Wellington.
There you go.
Now Andy Foster, MP. Great to see you, Andy.
Great to see you, Sean. Great to see you, Jake.
So, are you in the middle of the recess, or you just finished the recess?
No. We had a recess finished last week, so we just had a week back in the house.
And just so what folks know what the recess is, what does that mean?
Well, so there are
Month
about 30 weeks of the year that you have the house is sitting. Yep. So you're there the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They're quite long hours those times. The rest of the time is time for people to get back to their electorates. And for the likes of a list MP like me, I can get around the country, going and meeting people who, in my area, things like meeting universities, councils, transport providers, infrastructure providers, those kind of people.
Yeah. Well, actually, Andy, you stood for the Mama election, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, so I was out there meeting an old friend of ours.
Yeah, well, actually we were on the hustings together.
Well, I met up with Liz Kelly, who's running their the Nutty Tours. Well, I think it's called it's a whānau.
It was a housing.
Just doing really good work out there. So, okay, so what's been your most weirdest experience in the Parliament so far?
Oh, look, I mean,
there's been a few.
Every week there's some weird thing that goes on. So there's some behaviour. What is that allowed or not allowed or whatever it was?
I mean, your leader and deputy leader sort of are pretty much the New Zealand First headline dominating folks in a positive way. Some of the other parties have had a bit of a bad run. Our old friend Tanika Paul, I texted her and said, "Are you okay?" after all those, disappointing things that came out for some of those Green Party folks. Do you catch up?
They've been having a tough time with it.
Yeah, do you catch up with Tamitha and see how she's going?
I haven't actually seen that much of Tamitha, actually, to be honest.
Okay.
We're not allowed to say who's in the house and who's not in the house, but they haven't seen that much of her.
Yeah. So are you working harder as a politician than you would be as a mayor?
Oh, look, I think it's very different. I mean, when you're the mayor, particularly, I had 3 years which were pretty tough 3 years. My council wasn't exactly terribly helpful at times. Some guys were really fantastic, but others weren't quite so helpful. And of course, all the pipes started breaking.
True.
And then we had COVID, and the media wasn't entirely friendly either. So it was a tough time. And when you're the mayor, you're the front of the you're the focus of a lot of attention. So you get a lot of flack. As soon as I was out of the mayoralty, people said, "You look so much more relaxed." And I think the thing about central government is it's not as immediate. So if you're going to get something done, often it takes time, and you've got to get somebody else to help do it. When you're in the council, sometimes you can do things that saying, "Hey, move an amendment," and you get
notice of motion. We know about that.
Yeah, we know all about those sort of things. So council's a lot more immediate, but central government's a lot bigger. You're dealing with the whole country and often international stuff too.
One of the things that I really liked about being on council was I wasn't beholden to any political party, didn't have to toe a party line, and that gave me good flexibility to be able to really examine a broad range of solutions to different problems. How do you find having to vote according to a party line? Do you generally find that that's not a problem because of your own politics?
Well, I think that the general view is that if you've got, somebody said to me the other day, if you agree with 70% of what the party stands for, then you're probably okay, you're probably in the right party. If you agree with too much less than that, you're starting to get a bit of a problem. So you're most of the way there, but you have your discussions in your caucus, you argue for things in your caucus. Sometimes you might win them, you might make some progress, other times you might not. And that's the way it works out. But once you've got the caucus position, that's the position, and that's the position you've got to back.
Okay, on another note, when was the last time you scored a goal in football?
Yeah, well, this year hasn't been a good year for goals. Got four last year. A
couple
of great headers. I was very proud of those. Remember those exactly. But this year's been a bit more of a challenge.
Nice.
To be fair, I've been playing at the back most of the time.
So whereabouts do you play football?
Well, I play for Karori, so
nice.
we play all over. And what's great with us more mature players is that you tend to see the same guys that we've seen, year after year. So we know each other. We just have to catch up with each other. And that's cool.
Nice.
I'm really enjoying playing soccer. My first season for 44 seasons.
Well done.
This year.
44 seasons?
Well, I played rugby for 44 seasons, and then this year's decided I'd play soccer. Now, what
you played for?
Marist.
Yep.
Marist.
I think I know which team in the league.
Yes.
You got big Mark
Level
in the team?
6. Yeah, Mark.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'll have to come down and
Yeah, but I played on that artificial turf out at Marissa Packs, and I could barely walk the next day. Do you find that? I mean, I've played rugby on that and was bad enough, but actually playing soccer on it's pretty hard on the joints.
Well, often a lot of us say we can barely walk regardless of what pitches we play on at the end of the day.
Yeah, right.
So, you know, as you get a bit more mature, so to speak.
Yeah,
But, you know, look, it's great. It's a great game, and thoroughly enjoy playing it.
So, are you regularly called into doing work-related stuff on a Sunday?
Oh, like this weekend is a Saturday we play.
Okay.
So this weekend I've got a meeting, New Zealand First AGM for one of our hubs. So probably 30 or 40 people there.
Yep.
And,
Yep.
And we've got a question from the audience. Whereabouts is your soup from?
Oh, this one.
Yeah. Gotta ask that question every time.
I'd have to remember where that came from actually. I think it might be Barker's actually.
Barker's,
Yeah,
there you go.
yeah.
There you go, guys. That's very fun.
So, I mean, what's on the agenda? I mean, I've forgotten. We've got the 100-day plan, I suppose.
We've done 100 day. We've done quarter
What's
one.
coming up
quarter two.
next? I mean, something as you'll know near and dear to my heart, I suppose, is the oil and gas ban reversal. Is that going to be coming up in the next few days? You know, because I think Shane Jones is the...
I'm not sure where that fits in. Obviously,
Yeah.
the big issue at the moment has been the whole thing around fast tracking, around consenting.
Yeah.
Oil and gas ban. The challenge of that, of course, is that what it's done is it's reduced confidence that international investors will have.
Yeah.
And we've seen the impact of the oil and gas ban already. In some ways, is that we've got less gas available to keep the lights on.
Yeah, well, I mean, there are certainly still those opportunities that are out there. But so we saw an announcement that's going to be really good for public transport here in Wellington. So that was about I think 800 million going into the Lower North Island rail network.
Yeah, so this is the new trains for the Manawatu, so the capital connection between Palmerston North and Wellington, and also from the Wairarapa into Wellington. So that'll give us a better, more reliable service. I mean, to be fair, Labor had already announced that before, but we're going to actually get it done.
Well, it was fine. You see an announcement like that actually, a lot of people on the left, I suppose, have been like begging for, but they don't come out and support you. So good on you guys, do they?
Look, central government politics is pretty tribal at times, and that's not always great, but that's what it is.
Well, Andy, if there's anyone I know that can sort of like navigate that centre spot, I think it's probably you. So
thanks, mate.
I always enjoyed working with you. The thing about Andy Foster was he is what you see, and if you can find someone you can trust in politics, you grab hold of them for gold dust. And Andy was certainly, so was I own a planet actually, wacky politics stuff. Anyway, but I still want the Green Party endorsement of doing a mirror run next year, as long as I get the Green Party endorsement. So, what do you think the chances are?
That'd be challenging, but good luck.
Well, she did describe me as the greenest guy on council at one point. All right, mate. Hey, so thanks very much for coming on HOTLINE this afternoon. Always good to see you. Great to see you still involved in making Wellington great, I suppose. And we'll look forward to catching up in the near future.
Always.
Okay, that's it for HOTLINE.
Thank
On
you.
Friday
Cheers.
afternoon with the hot people, the hot hats, and it's been hot Andy Foster.
I'm very
Cheers.
hot.
That's my son.
You can't beat Wellington on a good day or even a bad day too. You can't beat Wellington, it's a cliche, but nonetheless it's true.
Am I starting from the beginning?
If you like.
Well, welcome here. We're having a few laughs, some pre-chat laughs. Welcome to HOTLINE with Wellington Live. I'm Sean Rush, your host. I'm here with Sarah Jane Seddon, and our hot person in the hot seat for HOTLINE today is John Fiso. Welcome to the show, John.
Thanks, Sean.
Let's hot him up with a bit of a hot hat. John's a celebrated Wellingtonian, decorated too. I believe you've got you've been recognised by the Prime Minister or the Queen. What have you got there, John?
We've got no NZM, which is not sort of News Northern Merit. I was Wellingtonian of the Year in 2016 for education.
Nice.
And so, I've had a few awards.
Nice. Okay, well, we can talk about those in a minute. What do you do, John? You're a businessman. You're a leader in the Pacific community.
I was a school teacher, to be fair, and I started up in education, and then grew some schools, and then basically sold out to a public listed company, and then set up my own investment company.
Yep.
So that's got a wide-ranging number of things in there. It's a widespread portfolio of property, education, health, hospitality and wellness.
So when you say education, what does that mean? You run early childhood centres?
By the way, I used to own the New Zealand Institute of Sport and the New Zealand College of Massage, which were 3-tier tertiary education institutes across the country, and now we own the Whitby Collegiate in Whitby.
Wow, Sarah Jane.
So you're born and bred here in Wellington. What's your favourite place, or whereabouts are you from?
I've got to have a shout out for Berrenport because that's where I started.
Berrenport.
Primary school, South Wellington Intermediate, and then on to the
I went to South Wellington Intermediate.
Exactly, so that's quality. And we then went to the Creek Street Academy of Learning, along with Thai College. We went to Otago University, Victoria University, postgrad, and then into business.
You went at wrong time with Simon Wolf, were you?
Yes, I was. I think Simon carried my lunch when I used to come from the tuck shop. Yeah,
he always carried my lunch too when I was at council with him. Big guy Simon. And what are you doing with the Pacific community? I understand that you've got some leadership roles there. Just tell us a little bit of your family history and how you fit in.
Well, I'm a family of 8, so there's a lot of us, and most of us were all in Wellington. But we were 6 of the 8 went to university, which was quite unusual back then. And so I had a police inspector, we had someone who worked for the Ministry of Education, a guy who worked for the TEC, we've got someone in Justice. So we're actually quite a diverse group of family members, but the thing is, they did quite well, and that was because they valued education.
Yeah, sure. Sarah Jane.
Being in a family of 8, who was the messiest growing up?
And that was probably me, but I had some good role models. My older brother who became a policeman, and my older sister was a teacher.
So what is the split of siblings? You got more brothers or less sisters?
4 brothers and 4 sisters.
That's 9.
Well, 4 including me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, Berrenport Primary School. They taught me well.
And where do you fit in?
I'm 5th to oldest.
5th to oldest. You're 5th.
Yes.
Nice. Well, I'm number 3 in our family, but they stopped at 4, despite being good Catholics. Okay, so that's a really broad range of businesses. I mean, what's your favourite one? Which is doing the best? Which ones are you a bit nervous about?
I think the reality is you go into business. I mean, I was a teacher, so that's my education was.
Yeah.
I set up my own school.
Yeah.
And so when we started to a public listed company, that gave us some fund. That meant that we could invest in all the elements. So what might be diverse nature of our businesses, but most of them are driven by people. So the health practice, that's dealing with a whole lot of Pacific people in Porirua and Kapiti.
Right.
You're talking about education. We took over a school that was designated closed, and what a fantastic community we had at Whitby Collegiate. Fantastic parents, fantastic teachers, and we're able to just bring a little bit of our experience to grow that school. And now that's a very hugely successful school in Wellington.
What I'm really interested in, John, doesn't sound like there's much of any government kind of tie-up or funding, or is this just you and good people doing good things for their community without getting sort of the bureaucratic hang-ups that you might get with the Ministry of Education, who caused some issues for my early childhood centre?
Well, you've got independent schools, and so Whitby's an independent school.
Yeah.
And I think the reality for that school is that you can harness the power of the community. You can you get kids with aspiration, ambition, and the parents want to help out. So that augurs well for education. So
yeah, must be great for the principal. Must love you. The teachers?
I took the principal from my previous school, so I convinced them that this would be a good thing to come and join me in this latest venture. So
nice.
And we're happy that we've got a community behind us and we've got a very successful school now. So that's good.
I have a question from the Facebook page. How scary is it to know that the people in your nation are being exploited, let's say through money, in jobs in New Zealand?
Well, I think it's you're right. If I look at the RSC workers, I think that's an area that we can focus on because they provide benefits back into the Pacific Islands and also for the families here. So, but the current policy settings are starting to change. They're starting to incentivise more bonus structures and things like that. But I think what the basis of that is we just need to make sure that our Pacific kids are more educated. They give them more options, and then they can choose rather than get handed what the option is.
Yeah, awesome answer. Hey John, thanks so much for coming along with us this afternoon for Hotline with the hot people and the hot hats.
Yeah.
You've been in the hot seat. Any last things you want to say to Wellingtonians?
Oh, look, I think Blocks does a good job of bringing a lot of the issues to the community of Wellington. And there's sometimes those issues are pretty tough to talk about.
Yeah.
And so you want to have people that can bring what the general population are thinking.
Yep.
And to be fair, Wellington has got some challenges, and we need to have they're complex issues, yes, but ultimately we need good leadership, and we can't turn away good ideas. Innovation and good ideas add up to a much better functioning city.
There you go, Tory Whanau and councillors. Hope you heard that. John Viso. Thanks, John.
Thank you.
From me and Sarah. All the best. Cheers, folks.
Cheers. Thank you. Thanks, Blocks.
You can't beat Wellington on a good day or even a bad day too. You can't beat Wellington, it's a cliche, but nonetheless it's true.
Well, folks, welcome back to Hotline. We're with the hot people with the hot hats. And I'm Sean Rush, and my hot assistant is Sarah Jane Seddon. And the hot person that's in the hot seat and about to get a hot hat is Lowenco's Kyla Hamilton. Welcome, Kyla. Nice to have you along here. Kyla is that leading person in social media in the real estate charts. So, come on, Kyla, tell us a little bit about what you do. You've been with Lowenco, I think, since they started?
Yes, since I started.
Yeah.
2015.
So, tell the people of Wellington all about it.
Well, back in 2015, there was 4 agents and myself, and we opened up Lowenco, and we said, let's give this a whirl and hope for the best, and wanted to do real estate differently in Wellington. So,
What was wrong with what you had been doing, and what's different about Lowenco? Recognise my sister works for Harcourt.
I think that the major difference for people that work within Lowenco are the systems and processes and support that we offer to the agents, because we treat the agents firstly as our clients, and their clients are the vendors and the purchasers that are working, with them each day and every day. But if we provide the best of service to our clients, which are our internal clients, then they should be able to reach, great outcomes for their vendors and purchasers as well.
And are you guys just based in Wellington, or you're nationwide, or?
Lowenco is Seatoon to Tower, and
Wow.
we are Wellington focused.
Wellington focused, just like us here at Wellington Live. Sarah Jane.
I was going to say, so since you're a real estate agent and you've probably been around the city so much, where is your favourite suburb?
Well, I am technically a real estate agent, but I work in the leadership role at Wellington.
There you go.
So I don't list and sell every day. I actually manage the business with my colleague and managing director, Craig Lowe. But, if I'm thinking of favourite suburbs, personally I live in Nyoke, which I love. I love the northern suburbs. I definitely love getting out around Island Bay and Afero Bay as well. So there's nothing like
That's a good place.
a crystal clear day looking over at the South Island. Or getting up at, up the top of Macra and seeing, the windmills as well.
Real estate agents tend to like Roseneath a lot. Seems to be.
Seem to be.
Tommy's
Each
are
to their
up
own.
there. Yeah, we'll see like the Lowenco are up there as well.
Definitely. We're everywhere.
And then just how is business? I mean, we're hearing that property values have dropped a bit in Wellington. Is that reflecting on your business, or are you still getting good turnover and keeping people busy?
Right, I thought we're busy and we're transacting really well. I mean, the market is a little bit tougher, but it's about doing good real estate, and that's about negotiating deals, winning parties together, and generating outcomes. So you might have, a few more days on market than the general top of the market of 2 weeks. But, we're still selling properties, we're still doing well, the agents are still working hard, which is the most important thing, because if you're not going to work hard, you're not going to generate the deals as well.
Can a young person get into being a real estate agent these days?
Yes, definitely. I think anyone that's got drive, determination, and has a great sort of customer-centric focus, then there is no reason why they can't come and do real estate. Anybody that has, ambition to, do service well and is a great communicator.
And how much money around can you make from being a real estate agent?
That's all up to you.
So all up to your drive, determination, what you get
I
into.
think the thing is about real estate is that each day you wake up unemployed. You're a contractor. and you have to self-motivate and you have to drive yourself and your business, and it's about getting in line with the right agency who's going to support you well and who's going to help train you and help you build your business to where you need it to achieve, because I think it's hard to do it on your own. You actually need a good support model.
And you're happy where you are, Kyla? I don't suppose you've got any plans, but is there a plan to take Low and Co to the next level, to another city, to make it into a franchise or something like that? What's next on your agenda?
Well, Low and Co is definitely all about Wellington. So we want to work with Wellingtonians. We want to do better for Wellingtonians. We actually just want to keep our business centric to here, and we just want to keep kicking goals and doing the best that we can for the community and for our agents and for our vendors and purchasers as well.
Nice.
Whereabouts did you? I see you're wearing a really nice coat. Whereabouts did you get it from?
Oh, seriously? Actually, it was a birthday present from my mother from a store that's unfortunately closed down in Wellington.
Oh no!
So there was we found out when we purchased it that they were actually closing their doors in a couple of weeks. So it was a lucky purchase, and thank you, Mum.
There you go.
Well, it's certainly worthy on a sharp, a little bit chilly, but ultimately pretty nice Wellington day, Kyla. So, I mean, I've got no more questions. Jane? Yeah, Kyla, have you got anything else you'd like to say to Wellingtonians?
Oh gosh, and you know what? You might have heard from the sound of my accent. I'm originally from Australia, but I really want to say thanks for having a little Aussie like me in your town, and I really love you.
I wasn't going to mention it. Well, I'm from Hawke's Bay, so they take me. So anyway, Kyla, thanks so much. Thanks for coming on Hotline. That was Hotline with hot people with hot hats, and on the hot seat was Kyla Hamilton from Low and Co. Thanks very much, Kyla. All the best. Cheers.
You can't beat Wellington, it's a cliche, but nonetheless it's true.
I'm sure, right? And I'm not Sarah Jane Seddon. But the person in the hot seat today is a hell of a chap, ex-city council, another survivor of the bonfire, as they called it. Ray Mercer's here with us today. So Ray's really interesting chap. Tell us, Ray, when were you on the city council?
I came on in 2000 and left in 2016. So
16 years?
16 years, 5 elections.
Oh my goodness. 16 years of that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's just go through a few mayors then. Your Blumsky was one of them.
Blumsky,
Kerry and Celia.
Wade Brown.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Just 3 years for Celia, wasn't it?
Yeah.
She got out of Dodge. And so, just I suppose we're not here to have a go at anyone in particular, but what would you say would be the highlight of your time on the council, Ray?
The highlight was being able to have a majority cooperation with enough councillors and the mayor to get the whole waterfront developed.
Wow.
From Oriental Bay to the railway
So
station.
you were involved in that?
I was on the board.
Oh,
I was on the board of it. Secondly was the renting and outfitting of Toi Porniki, the art centre, down for Wellington artists, down at Abel Smith Street. And thirdly, the sports stadium at Kilbrandon. They were 3 things I was quite involved with.
Well, sorry, folks, someone just walked by. I was just laughing at
the same time.
Yeah.
We had a bit of trouble with Andy on that, but he eventually came over.
I'll come and gate crash for you.
Get in there. Typical politician, anything to get in front of the camera, eh?
Can't walk past you without doing that.
Well, Ray, I mean, that's a really outstanding stuff. Of course, in my time, we got the convention centre done, and we built a cycleway. So, yeah. Ray, tell us a little bit about you're part of the iwi that was here before those that have now asserted mana whenua status.
That's right, I was, yes.
So just want to talk about, first of all, tell us about those 2 iwi, and how do you feel about losing that mana whenua status, and should it be, your family must still be the ancestral guardians?
Well, what I can tell you, so the 2 iwi are Noipara and Ngāti Ina, and they were here for many decades prior to 1800.
Yeah.
What happened to them essentially as other iwi started to move in, and also the first Pākehā settlers were arriving, they saw the writing on the wall, and so they left.
Okay.
And they went round to Cape Palliser, and they merged in with the Ngāti Kahungunu people around Pirinor, what we now call Masterton, Greytown. So that's where they went, and it was my great-grandmother's people that, is I'm descendant. My father was from Wales.
From Wales.
So it's on the, my mother's side is the Māori connection.
Well, that's really interesting. Sarah Jane, you've got something.
Well, I've got something from the Facebook, but on a different note. I'm from Island Bay, and I was wondering what's the coolest beach? You can say of all New Zealand, what's the nicest beach?
The nicest beach, that's
It's a bit of-
one. But I would say, from a safety perspective, and from plenty of room, I would say Lyle Bay. But it's not. It needs major doing up to make it look nicer, and all the junk houses and businesses, which Peter Jackson has bowled most of them, which is great. So it's a beautiful long beach, 500 metres long.
It's safe for the country.
It's got shallow water,
Yes.
it's safe for kids, but the backdrop to it, from the days when it was zoned industrial, it's a dump. Not the beach itself, but the background to it is a dump at the moment.
Yeah, okay. So Ray, I mean, I'm very passionate about Lyle Bay and actually the whole of the coastline. You know, you can snorkel and see all sorts, and take the kids. Here's my little girl Emily. She will come snorkeling and swimming with me. And you know, and even Oriental Bay.
And it's a good beach with animals.
Yeah,
dogs,
exactly right. So very busy, and I totally agree with you.
So that's
we
my
should be
answer
doing
to
much
that.
more.
Once things are starting to get done, and
Yeah.
you see what Peter Jackson does at his part of it, but without getting into too much detail, the western end of it, from about the middle down to Maranui, there's junkie houses, there's derelict places that are abandoned,
Yeah.
there's businesses, there's graffiti everywhere.
We've got Hotapata Park going
Yeah, well,
in
that's
there
good.
at the other end.
That's good.
So I think that's still made it into the long-term plan.
So we need to do that.
So Ray, and what's keeping you busy now? Any thoughts of going back on council?
Oh, no, I leave that to Andy. Andy's gone back inside.
He's at the big house.
Andy's inside Satan's lair. That's how I'd call it. He's inside Satan's lair. And may the darkness...
the devils out.
May the darkness not entirely envelop him.
Well-
May it not entirely envelop him.
Chris Finlayson did describe Winston Peters as tying a Foystian knot with the Labour Party at some point.
you know, they've
So
all got their different view, but let he who is without sin cast the first stone. And I'm not religious, you know, so...
okay, Ray. Well, thanks so much for coming. It was very wonderful to meet you at last, because I heard an awful lot about you when I was on council, and I have been trying to reach out to you at some stages. So thanks very much for coming on Hotline, being the hot guy in the hot seat and the hot hat. And I'm Sean Russian with Sarah Jane Seddon. That's it for Hotline. With Ray Mercer. Cheers.
I've got another question real quick from the camera. Where did you get your scarf from?
Op shop.
Op shop. There you go. And your favourite? Where's your favourite shopping centre in wherever?
Wherever. No, Wellington's pretty good.
shopping centre?
Wellington, yeah, but op shops, listen there.
What's your favourite shopping centre?
Shopping centre? I'd just say Wellington, probably city.
What? No, like of a suburb.
Oh, the suburb.
Favourite suburban shopping centre?
Kilbirnie and Miramar.
There you go.
They've both got pluses and minuses.
Do you live out that way?
I do live out that way.
Yeah.
That's where you gotta go.
I don't know if I can continue to live there with the rates this council's just set.
Yeah, how's it gone up?
I know, it's outrageous.
Got a nice house in Roseneck, but you know, it just means that the rates.
Let me tell you something controversial to finish off. I'm just about to cancel, after a lot of thought, my house and contents insurance. I'm cancelling it. I'm not having it insured. I'm looking at my life, you know, like maybe got, say, 10 years left, let's just say. Yeah, but let's just say And it's about risk versus reward. It's like driving a car. The most dangerous thing we do, we can die leaving the street. Yet the reward of having a car is far greater than being paranoid about driving a car. So I'm saying, in my case, see, you guys are a lot younger. In my case, the house is in great nick. I'm handy. I've got 3 builder mates. I've got an electrician mate. I've got a plumber mate. Unless the house is destroyed, I can handle middling maintenance.
All right, well, there's a bit of risk mitigation.
You know what I mean, Andy? I wouldn't do it if I was 30.
I do furniture removals.
But now at 76, I'm not going to.
You're not 76.
Yeah, I'm not. It's
Looking good on it.
Looking amazing.
If I knew they'd hold it close to that for the next 10 years, I wouldn't be doing this. But it's gone up 900. Now it's going. And next year it'll be another 900. And eventually they're going to cancel it anyway because I'm coasting. I know that. I've already had offline
not the sea
conversations. Yeah. No, it's going to happen.
Sea level stuff.
No, I'm talking insurance company. They're going to cancel. But they've already indicated the signal, haven't they, Andy? In general terms, they've signalled coastal properties.
No,
sorry,
they won't.
retreat from the coast. Right, Andy?
All right, Ray, thanks very much for all that.